Welcome to another episode of Benchburner Sports, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Tonight we're talking about UFC Mexico City on March 29th. It's Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg with the co-main event of Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober. We're all stoked for it. There's some good fighters on this card. Kelvin Gastelum, Raul Rosas Jr., Joe Pyfer. Some bangers. A lot of names that are not super known yet, but they probably will be eventually. And we're stoked for it. It's going to be a good one. It's normal time starting, I believe. Well, no, it's not. Prelim at 3 p.m. Central, main card at 6 p.m. Central. So there you go. But yeah, we're going to be touching on a few of the fights here tonight, main card, and I think one other prelim fight, C-Rod's fight. And so we'll talk about that one. Knuckles, what's up, buddy?
Hola, mi nombre es Dios. Estoy muy emocionado por UFC Ciudad de México. Salud.
Got one.
I had it muted.
I said, hello. My name is is Knuckles. I'm very excited for UFC Mexico City, and cheers, salud. So yeah, I've been taking a lot of Duolingo classes, if you can tell us. But no, anyway, I'm really excited. I love anything. I love Mexico City cards. I love Noche UFC. I'm really excited for it. The Mexican culture is really exciting to watch. I'm sure they're going to have some special flair to it, like they seem to with every Mexican involved card. It's awesome, man. I'm excited for it. And even though some of the names aren't super exciting for some people, it's a banger looking card to me. I mean, I said that about London, but this legitimately, there's action fighters on this card. So I'm excited for it. I mean, when Drew Dober's on the card, there's going to be at least one good fight. So I'm super excited for it. Yeah, man, really, really pumped for it. Squared, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this card. I'm looking forward to the main event most of all. But yes, Dober's fighting, so that's good. A couple fights on here, a couple fighters I'm excited to see. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Everyone listening, follow us on X at bench_burner. Follow us on everything else, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Facebook, all those things at Bench Burner Sports. You'll find us there. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And the question of the day today is, who is, and leave us your answers in the comments below, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube. If it's got a comment section, drop them there. Who is the best MMA fighter that is Mexican or of Mexican descent? And Knuckles, if you want to start that off with your answer.
1 second. Before we go there, I do want to go there. Did want to shout out, we forgot. We tweeted it. We put it on Instagram. Our very good friend of the show, Bailey King, he talked about it on his last appearance on the show, going to Thailand for a while. He is in Thailand now. He's been there for about a week, and he's in Phuket. He just announced his kickboxing debut on April 5th. So keep on the lookout for that. We'll try to get some links and stuff, and hopefully we can all watch it. And good for him. Happy for him. Happy to see him living out his dream. He's out there and trying to make himself the best fighter he can be. So we love to see it. Sorry about that, Knuckles. Go ahead.
You're all good. Congrats to Bailey for that. Also, yeah, to answer the question, best Mexican or Mexican heritage, Mexican descent fighter, MMA fighter. I'm going to say Cain Velasquez. Obviously, and I'm not saying that just off of the recent events that have transpired. I'm just saying that I legitimately think he is the best of Mexican heritage. Henry Cejudo is a good shout too. I think a lot of people would have him probably higher on their GOAT list for what he's accomplished. But personally, for me, I think Cain is. But Henry, being a Mexican American, he would be probably secondary. Moreno's up there too, but for me personally, yeah, it's Cain. And it's not relatively close for me, but yeah, Cain Velasquez, because I think he's also the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time. Shout out Stipe. I know he's got better accomplishments, but I think that if we're talking about prime for prime, Cain Velasquez would beat the shit out of any heavyweight pretty much ever, outside of maybe Tom and John if they were in their prime. But yeah, so anyway, squared or Max or whoever. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm going to go with Henry Cejudo. As you had alluded to, his accomplishments: champ, Olympic, Olympic gold medal, which I know that's not MMA, but that just kind of carries over. Yeah, it's combat sports, which if we were to go that broad stroke, then I feel like a boxer is going to be the actual answer to that question. But you just I give it to Henry. That dude's done a lot in the sport, and I know as of late he's kind of dwindled it down. But when you remember who he was at one point, that was a fantastic athlete. Even beyond all the cringe shit, he was still a fantastic athlete. So that's my pick.
Yeah. Alluding off that, if the question was who's the best Mexican American or Mexican heritage MMA fighter, Cain Velasquez all day long, every single day of the week. But the question is combat sports athlete. I would say
no, it's MMA, but
oh, it was MMA.
Yeah,
shit, I thought we did. Okay.
Cain Velasquez.
Oh, Cain Velasquez then, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, because I don't know, just the domination. I know he lost a couple fights, but dude, like, reinvented ground and pound. I feel like in a technical way, everything that you see nowadays is like, I think he was the first one to like master it to a certain degree. So I just
How many takedowns did he get in that one fight?
Cain Velasquez.
Something fucking insane, or maybe it was. I think it was takedowns. I couldn't remember if it was the takedowns or the takedown attempts, but I think it was the takedowns. It was like, holy
all I know is, like, if you just want to see how fucking monstrous that man is, go watch his 2 rematches with Junior Dos Santos. If you want to see just absolute fucking violence, like his first fight against Junior, he got knocked out, but the next 2, he fucking mollywopped him. Or his fight against Big Nog, where he just fucking decimated Big Nog, or Travis Brown, the spinning back kick, and then just bullied him for the rest of the fight until he finished him. His fight against Bigfoot, his fight against Cain Velasquez. I mean, any of them, dude. He's fucking violent. I love him.
Cain Velasquez fight against Cain Velasquez. That was really good.
Brock Lesnar. My bad.
Oh, no. 11-33 is pretty impressive. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Who was it against?
Junior Dos Santos. He had 11 of 30.
Yeah. Which one was that? The second or the third fight?
I believe the first.
No, the first fight he got knocked out in like 45 seconds.
He did. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. It just I remember images of him having. He was standing. What is that called? He's just standing over guard. He was in guard, but he was standing guard, and he was just fucking punching. Oh, dude, it was brutal. He was fucking killing him, dude. Also, quick shout out, obviously, for other Mexican combat sport athletes. Shout out Julio Cesar Chavez, Canelo Alvarez, Juan Manuel Marquez. I could not say that for the life of me. Just shout out some of those Mexican athletes. So yeah, very good boxers, obviously, but yeah, damn good combat sports heritage right there for sure. So, speaking of that, let's talk about some fights, dudes.
Hell yeah. Getting started with UFC Mexico City. It's going to be an interesting card. The main event is going to be Jesus.
You got it, bud.
Yeah, I guess. Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. Steven. God, that's probably his government name. But yeah, Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. Brandon Moreno's 22-8-2 total, and Steve Erceg is 12-3. Steve Erceg got a pretty meteoric rise in the UFC. It happened pretty fast for him. Fought a title shot when he wasn't ready. And then ever since then, I think he's lost 2 in a row. To Pantoja? Yeah, Pantoja and Kai Kara France. And then he was supposed to fight Asu Ambayev. That got canceled. It's a tough one. I mean, Moreno is only 31, which is surprising just because he's been around for so long. I think his fight age makes him a little older than that when you're talking about fights. However, and he's been in a lot of wars, and I think eventually those wars are going to catch up to him. I don't think in this fight they will, but I will say Steve Erceg can pop. Anyone who's not giving him a chance is insane. Some of those shots that Steve Erceg hit Pantoja with, I think would at least wobble Brandon Moreno. We've seen Brandon Moreno get wobbled in fights before. He recovers, but it has happened, and Steve Erceg hits really hard, which is weird because he's such a small guy. But some of those shots that Steve Erceg, if he hits Moreno with, I mean, we'll have to watch out. Those wars are going to catch up to Moreno eventually. That being said, I do think Moreno wins. I just think Moreno's still up there. Maybe not in his prime, but he's still up there close to the top of his game, close enough to where I think he can get the job done against Steve Erceg. Knuckles, what's up, bud?
Yeah, I agree. I think that Moreno's got this fight personally. I just see it as Erceg's very good. He's very good at punching. Obviously, I mean he's good at boxing, good at kickboxing, and I think the reason that he looked so good against Pantoja is because his takedown defense was pretty decent until it started fading late. And Pantoja isn't the most technically brilliant fighter, so it's really good to look good against Pantoja until you don't. And that's what a lot of fighters have to deal with. And I think that's why Erceg looked great. I think he made a lot of low IQ decisions that lost him the fight because realistically, he would have won the fight had he not gone for like dumbass takedowns and stuff there towards the end. But
Did he pull a guillotine?
yeah, something like that. But I think that Brandon Moreno's too high IQ. I think the Brandon Moreno's too high IQ. As long as he doesn't like fight like he did against Brandon Royval, which was just still the strangest performance I've ever seen. Dude forgot how to throw a jab. So as long as Moreno sticks to his jab and just does what Moreno does, yeah, I think he wins. I think he wins a pretty comfortable decision. But it depends on what version of Moreno we get. Again, he's kind of like Rose Namajunas. We don't know what version of him's going to show up. But I think he'll win. I think that I don't know. I just have confidence that he's going to get back there. I mean, I really liked his performance against Albazi. Did very, very good. And I don't know if Albazi's better than Erceg. He might be better in certain facets of the game, but I think Erceg's better than Albazi. But I think that Moreno is better than Erceg by still a decent margin, not incredibly wide gap, but
it's a very close fight on the odds. I just looked it up.
Yeah,
I
mean, yeah, dude, it's tough.
I
Like,
was
very.
I was about to say I'm going to throw some underdog money on Steve. I figured he would have been a bigger underdog.
Dude. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm very
-238 to +195, so it's pretty close.
I'm very surprised that Erceg's not a larger underdog just because of the loss he's coming off of. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Moreno by unanimous decision, probably like 49-46, maybe 48-47. Erceg could throw some of that dog shit in there and make him work for it. But yeah, I think Moreno. I think he should. It, again, depends on what version of Moreno we get. But anyway, Squirt, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Moreno on this one. He just looked so good coming off of the Albazi fight. Looked really, really crisp. Kind of looked a little rejuvenated from what we'd seen of him versus Royval. And I'll say this about the Royval loss: Royval only loses to champions or future champions, like when he lost to Moreno the first time. So that's not a bad loss. On the other hand, Erceg got a couple questions for him how he's going to be coming off of that last fight. I don't expect him to look bad at all. I don't expect him to look timid or anything. And I think what makes this fight really interesting is the way these styles match up. Although I'm picking Moreno, and y'all kind of both mentioned this, although I'm picking Moreno's going to be in a lot of danger throughout this fight because he might have the better tools for MMA, whereas Erceg's kind of more of like a really crisp boxer. Moreno doesn't necessarily have that knockout power. Not to say he can't knock people out. He can finish people, absolutely. We've seen him do it plenty of times, a lot of times through submission. But I don't expect him to put Erceg out. And Erceg, that dude hits hard. And Max, as you had mentioned, Moreno's gotten hit. pretty difficult to really get that guy out of there. But he's been hit, and who knows when that's going to catch up with him, all that mileage. So that's what makes this fight really interesting to me, is that, you know, both guys are going to be kind of in danger throughout the whole fight as far as it goes. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm definitely going to pick Moreno probably by decision. I'd say like 4-1, something like that. You know, I think Erceg might be able to pull away a round or two, but I think Moreno gets this one pretty handily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next fight we're talking about is Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober. I believe Manuel Torres is 1-1 in the UFC. Drew Dober's 27-14, been around forever. Yeah, I mean, Drew Dober, we've seen him kind of just fall off. He's 36 at lightweight. He's fighting a guy who's 1-1 in the UFC, lost to Ignacio Bahamondes. That loss is aging pretty damn well, and he also beat Chris Duncan, which is also aging really well. So I'm going to go Manuel Torres here. The guy's only, 30. So he just turned 32 in March. Happy birthday. So, damn, he turned today. It's his birthday today, 25th.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude. Fighting on his birthday weekend, that's pretty cool. And I would imagine that would also add some more motivation to getting the win. Drew Dober, I love him. He's cool, man. That Roblox Minecraft looking motherfucker. It's just probably nearing the end for him, as much as I hate to say that for him. He's just taken a lot of damage, gotten knocked out a lot of times, and hasn't looked like his old self here recently. So give me Manuel Torres probably by decision, boring wrestling decision, I would think, because he is a grappler, and I don't think – I mean, he could catch Drew Dober in something for sure. Drew Dober's been caught before, but not a lot. So I think, Manuel Torres by decision. Knuckles, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with a lot of sentiment you said with Drew Dober aging. I think that's catching up to him. I mean, his chin was legendary at one point. I mean, it's still pretty legendary. Obviously, like he got knocked out by Steamroller, but his chin looked pretty damn good against John Silva until the doctors had to step in and stop it, because that was the only way he was going to get taken out of that fight. But yeah, I agree. I think that Manuel is a pretty good grappler. He subbed Chris Duncan, who is a pretty solid grappler in himself. But I think he's also pretty good on the feet as well. He's had a few fights to show himself in the UFC. He's beaten people like Frank Camacho and Nicholas Mota, who are decent, and then beat Chris Duncan and lost to Ignacio Bahamondes, but Ignacio is very good. So it's like, man, how bad is that loss? Obviously, it's not that bad. I think we see actually a lot of stand-up in this fight. I'm not going to lie. I could see him trying to take it to the ground, but Drew Dober is a decent defensive grappler, like trying to get off of the ground and stuff. Obviously, like he lost to Islam. That one didn't look very good, but outside of that, he's pretty decent at keeping it standing. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a stand-up fight. I think you said it was going to be boring. I think it's going to be a banger fight. I think they're going to start throwing. And low-key, I think this might be my early prediction for possible fight of the night. I just think it's going to be a very good fight. I think that they're both going to get into, just that stand and bang kind of mentality. But I think that Manuel is just, his chin's a little questionable, obviously coming off the Bahamondes loss, but I think he's going to be able to avoid Drew Dober, and because Drew's getting slower, older. And I've got Manuel Torres by decision. If not decision, maybe TKO. Like late TKO. But yeah, that's my pick. Squared, what about you, man?
Don't have a whole lot. I love Drew Dober, but I cannot pick him to win this fight on account of the fact that Torres is not black. No, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm definitely picking Torres. Dude's got an impressive roster, and I think he's just going to keep it rolling. Like I said, don't really have a whole lot to say about this fight. I appreciated y'all's analysis, but Torres by decision.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Next one is Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. Kelvin Gastelum's 33 is 20-9. Joe Pyfer's 28 and 13-3. I was telling Matt earlier, we were talking about it a little bit. I really hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope Kelvin just somehow knocks him out, but I just don't see it happening. Joe Pyfer's probably just going to bum rush him, take him down, and submit him pretty quick. Kelvin Gastelum's just could knock him out. I mean, I don't know that I'm getting these fucking looks for, but
That's not his go-to method of.
Kelvin Gastelum is like a supremely better grappler than Kelvin Gastelum's not a good grappler at welterweight, but like at middleweight, he's a supremely better grappler than Joe Pyfer. Promise you that. I promise you. That was what he came in the UFC as, was a grappler. It was not a fucking.
That's fair. Yeah. But regardless, I just don't see Kelvin winning. I hope he does. God, I hope he does. But I just think he's done. He needs to hang it up, and I could see that happening after this fight. Knuckles, what's up, bud?
I mean, if Kelvin can last like more than a round, then he can probably just wear out Joe Pyfer. But again, Kelvin hasn't had, especially with his just overall physique issues, just him in general discipline issues. I don't see him coming into this much more disciplined. I just don't have faith in him, man, anymore. I thought when he first came to the UFC, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's going to be a welterweight champion. Then he started missing weight, and he had to move up to middleweight, and then he looked fucking phenomenal at middleweight, and then he just fell off the face of the earth. And he's had wins against people like Chris Curtis that looked really good. I think he knocked him out. Hold on, let me pull up the.
No, he knocked decision.
But yeah, so he beat the shit out of him.
D-Rod.
But his losses are only to like very, very good fighters. Low key, his worst loss is what? I guess you could say Darren Till.
Jack Hermanson wasn't great.
Oh yeah. But then, yeah, and Jack Hermanson subbed him. And I don't see Joe Pyfer doing that, man. But I'm saying all this doesn't really fucking matter. He looked pretty good against D-Rod. I'll give him that. Even though, yeah, he looked pretty good against D-Rod, but Joe Pyfer hits real hard, like real fucking hard. Low key, at first I was thinking Joe Pyfer would just fucking take it. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. At middleweight, I don't know.
I think he's too old.
Give me Kelvin.
Not even too old.
Nah, give me Kelvin. Give me Kelvin. Nah, I'm thinking about it. Joe Pyfer's like okay. Hold on. Let me look at Joe Pyfer real quick.
I think you're forgetting how slow Kelvin.
How tall is Joe?
6'2". Yeah. He's got a 4-inch reach advantage.
There's a lot.
He lost who?
How's that wingspan? What's their reach?
What's his reach? Yeah, what's his reach?
It's 4-inch or 3.5-inch advantage per Google, which is never right. Joe Pyfer's got a 75. Kelvin Gastelum has a 71.5. So 3.5.
I'm going with my instincts. Give me Kelvin. I'm probably not gonna be right, but give me Kelvin, and I'm gonna say
that's that old head pick. That's the old head.
This is my least confident pick on the card because I just made it.
Yes, that should be. Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah, give me Kelvin.
You're good.
Yeah, go.
Give me Kelvin. I'm gonna fucking make it a little bit spicier. Give me Kelvin by TKO. Not gonna lie.
Lost his mind.
They put a Fedor versus John Jones right now, and he picked Fedor.
Let me. By the way, boys, tell me what the fucking line is on that. We'll do some business talk later. Tell me what the line is on
business talk. All right. Let's see.
I think this is the craziest fucking pick I've ever made. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the craziest pick.
Kelvin is plus 250. Joe Pyfer's minus 310, and I think that's too.
What's the KO TKO line? If it's fucking like
for Gastelum.
No, for Kelvin.
For it does. It's not not
Oh,
as
okay,
good.
They didn't even give him a chance. They said that's not going to happen.
Give me Kelvin, man. Give me Kelvin. I feel kind of crazy. I'm feeling fucking a little spicy. I'm feeling a little spicy. Give me Kelvin though. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Wrong?
I'm probably wrong, but fuck it. I'm feeling
What
it.
you're feeling is called shame, actually.
It's called delusion.
It's okay. I'll take it. Squared, what do you got on that one, man?
Yeah, dude, I think I've already made this clear. You're wrong.
What? You're picking Piper?
Piper's gonna demolish him. I think. They might have some like exchanges and whatnot, but I feel like Piper's gonna like put him down badly. It's gonna be ugly. Piper just hits like a motherfucker. We know that. We've seen that. We've seen the results of people getting hit by him. It's pretty nasty. He's fairly well-rounded. He's got some grappling instincts. I know the Hermanson fight was not a good showing for him, but I also feel like he learned a lot from that fight because he's looked pretty confident rolling in ever since. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him by TKO round. I'm not so sure about the round. I'll say round 2. Middle ground. I'll only be off by 1 round if I say round 2, so I'll go with that. If it is a TKO. Yeah. Sorry, Knuckles, but
I figured out why. I fucking hate Philadelphia. I put it together. That's
what I said. I hope I'm wrong. I hope somehow Kelvin wins, but he's just not.
There's another thing is now, of course, this was a while ago and it was at a different weight class. But Joe Piper's good buddy Sean Brady has some insider information on Kelvin. He's done.
But I don't think old Joe's fucking grappling is going to be on the same level.
No, as Sean Brady. Yeah, definitely not. But hey, it helps. It helps to have some guy that knows his tendencies, that knows kind of how to feel them out. So there's that. That's all I'm saying is there's that.
Fair.
And it doesn't matter about the grappling.
I pray I'm right. I pray I'm right. What's the next one on there?
Next fight is going to be Raul Rosas Jr. versus Vince Morales. They just keep giving this kid layups. If he doesn't make this, or if he doesn't win this fight, call him Angel Reese. It's insane. I mean, Vince Morales, all respect to him. He's 34 years old in the bantamweight division. He has lost 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 in a row to guys that you probably shouldn't lose. You probably should catch a win in there somewhere. Not that they're bad fighters. Elijah Smith looks good.
No, he beat Hunter Azur. He beat Hunter Azur. He's lost 2 in a row. He's only lost 2 in a row.
Oh, well, Google didn't show me that. But anyways, I mean, regardless, the dude is just a, he's a gatekeeper. But oh yeah, he did beat Hunter Azur. You're right. That wasn't in the UFC though.
True.
Yeah, no, he has not won a UFC fight since 2021. He's lost.
Why the fuck did they bring him back? What the fuck?
I guess because he won. To be in his defense, he won 5 in a row outside of the UFC, but then got right back in the UFC and started losing again. And like I said, he's 34 at bantamweight. If you're not winning already at this point, it's probably not going to start now. All respect to him. His last win was against Luis Smolka in 2021 in the UFC. So, I mean, Raul Rosas Jr. is probably just going to run through this dude. I don't like him very much still, but he's doing his thing. He's 20 years old in the UFC and getting wins here and there. So, not here and there. He's won every fight except for one, I think. But, yeah, he's going to win. He's going to win. It's not going to be close. Knuckles, what do you think?
I mean, I think that obviously, this is trying to be a setup fight for Raul Rosas Jr., but they also looked at it like, hey, let's give him somebody who can at least give him some, like a little pushback because Vince is good on the ground. But ultimately, I think that Raul will just take over the energy of the youth. He's like, what at this point, 13, 14 years younger than this guy.
Yep.
Pretty big age gap. I just think that this is a Raul fight. I just think he's gonna win. But I do think that Vince is gonna have like a little pushback in the beginning, but once they become settled into the fight, Raul's gonna find it, and I'm gonna say first or second round submission. Um, yeah, first or second round submission for Raul Rosas Jr. He's still a bitch though, but yeah. Anyway, Squared, what do you got on that, man?
Dude, I'm gonna laugh my ass off when Raul loses this fight due to lack of experience. But that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. They're trying to set this kid up, and I think that's what I dislike about him is that it's all like, dude got his contract off of a sloppy decision in the Contender Series. You don't get contracts off decisions. That's like the unwritten rule. And he got like a sloppy one. Like it wasn't good. He made some dumb mistakes. Didn't finish the guy like sucked at grappling, and Raul just couldn't finish him.
They just gave it to him because he's fucking 17. That's the only reason they gave it to him. He was 17.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was Dana wanted to be like, oh, look at this young kid. It's the same thing he did to Chase Hooper, which Chase Hooper is the GOAT. So, take that.
You know who Raul Rosas wouldn't beat? Chase Hooper. He wouldn't beat Chase Hooper.
I think he said he would.
I was like,
no,
not gonna have this conversation right now.
No. Chase Hooper would beat the dog shit out of him. He's 2 weight classes above the kid.
Yeah. I thought I was like, man, we thought the Gastelum take was bad.
On our end, it for sure sounded like you said Raul Rosas.
My bad. No. I fucking hate Raul Rosas.
Yeah, but that being said, the dude does, what the UFC has dealt him. He's handled it pretty well, except for the, was it C-Rod that he lost to? Who did he lose to?
Yeah,
C-Rod. Yeah,
it's another guy that kind of, all respect. I know y'all like C-Rod. All respect to him. The dude just beats up on like 17-year-old debutants. That's like his entire fucking thing. Is he just like last time it was the other dude, whatever. Boshi, yeah. But I think Raul was going to go in there and just get a sub. Credit to him. The UFC hands him these layups, and he slam dunks them. So keep doing that until he's ready to start cracking into the top 15 or whenever that happens. Another one for the boy, another one for the child. Yeah. For the youngling.
For the actual boy.
Yeah, for the little baby.
The guy that looks like Sloth from Goonies. No.
Dude, that guy
meat from Sesame Street.
When Raul Rosas drools, it doesn't make it off his face. It just sits. Yeah, cut that part too. Cut that part. Not because it was bad, because it didn't. It was horrible delivery on my part.
He looks like fucking Mexican Popeye.
He looks like his dad actually tells him, "Hey, you better eat your spinach, or else you're not getting dessert," because he's a child.
Yeah. He looks like he got thrown through a cheese grater as a child. A wood chipper.
He looks like a cartoon character that just got an anvil dropped on his face. He's
the CEO of Acme.
He looks like the Crimson Chin.
Oh, yeah. No, he looks like the beige chin.
We're just having a roast. We're having a roast session right now.
All right.
Oh, shit. Okay,
he's never coming on the show.
We're going to get in trouble. You don't have to cut that, Cube, but that was funny.
I don't know. Keep that in.
I might have been pushing it a little bit.
Dude, what? I mean, he's beige.
Yes. I don't know.
He's got to toughen up. Tough love, kid.
Anyways, the next fight is David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. David Martinez is going to win. Probably. This one's a little trickier. Simon Oliveira has not won a fight yet in the UFC. He's been in there not for a long time. He's only fought twice in the UFC. David Martinez won his Contender Series fight in a decision. This is his debut, but I do think he gets it done at home, younger by a lot, by 8 years. I don't know. What's 33 minus 26? I can't do math. That's 6 years for sure.
What?
No, 7 years. 7 years. I was right the first time. I'm fucking second guess myself. 7 years younger, hungrier probably. I don't know this guy, so I can't say that, I guess. But no. David Martinez is probably going to get the job done. He's 11-1 total. Simon Oliveira is 18-5. Came in the UFC 18-3. He's lost 2 in a row. Give me David Martinez and give me a pink slip for Simon Oliveira. Knuckles, what do you got?
Agreed, man. I looked at this matchup and I was questioning as to why the hell they would have this as the second fight on the main card. I was like, what are we seeing here? And obviously Dana and company knows more. They put these fights in these places for certain reasons. It's why Dana does that shit. And it's almost like he's always
David Martinez has 9 wins by KO out of 11.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, is that it's the if you don't know, now you know type of fight. I guarantee you Dana's going to come out with his if you don't know, now you know shit this week, and this is going to be on it. I think that's probably why they put David Martinez in the spot, because I was sitting there thinking, like, this would be the spot that I would fucking put Christian Rodriguez and Melky. Like, this is the personal spot I would put that fight on. But yes, I don't know a ton about Simon Oliveira outside of that he's fairly decent looking coming into the UFC, but obviously since he's been in, has not been great. Yeah, give me David by like KO, TKO. Interested in the fight. Don't know much about either guy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do a super ton of homework, and I'm not even sure I got to see David.
Yeah, David Martinez's name is his nickname is the Black Spartan. That seems questionable. He is
but
not quite black. So
I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see David though. I didn't get to. I don't think I got to see that Contender Series fight. I think I might have been on vacation for that one. So, yeah. But anyway, still shout out David and hope for a W here for either dude, and hope it's exciting. I'm sure it's going to be. So yeah, that's all I got. That's the only insight I got on that. Squared. What about you, man?
So just not super familiar. Didn't do my homework on this one. I won't lie. I've got a full-time job, and if you're watching, y'all can change that. I'm going to go with David because, as Max had mentioned before, I don't know if he said this on the pod, but there's a lot of layup fights on this card, and I just think this is one of them. And I think it's anytime you look at that and you look at what are the records? 11-1 versus 18-5, and the guy with the better record is a debutant. You know what's going on here, and I think he's going to win it. However the fuck he wants to. Sure.
Cool.
Book it.
The next one is what's his fucking name? Ronaldo Rodriguez, I think. Yeah, Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. This is another one, dude. It's just the same thing.
Ronaldo Rodriguez. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
I thought you said Raul Rodriguez. You're good.
No. I said Ronaldo. But anyways, Ronaldo Rodriguez. It's the same story. I feel like Kevin Borjas is, I believe, 0-2 or 0-3 in the UFC. Ronaldo Rodriguez is 2-0 against Dennis Bondar and Ode Osborne. 2 relatively well-known names in the UFC at this point. And Ronaldo Rodriguez has looked impressive. He's won one fight in the UFC by submission, I believe the other by decision. And Kevin Borjas has not won one time in the UFC yet. I believe he's 0-2, like I said. Getting knocked out by Alessandro Costa. Not a bad loss, don't get me wrong. But it's another one like we were just talking about. I mean, layups for sure, I think. And I just see this one being the same kind of deal. Give me Ronaldo Rodriguez. Nux, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, man. I think honestly, I think this is going to be a pretty decent fight. We got to see if Lazy Boy can get him to the ground. Ronaldo Rodriguez, Lazy Boy. As you guys know, I'm on the fucking Lazy Boy supremacy train. Love that motherfucker. Loved him at Noche UFC. Loved him at the press conference. The dude's like, he's Gian Silva coded, where they're just insane, crazy people, and I love that. That's the type of shit I go for.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to give a shout out to Kevin Borjas, 2 losses in the UFC in a row, but they are both to Alessandro Costa and Josh Van, and that's not nothing to scoff at,
No, I agree.
But it seems that I believe Borjas is not much of a grappler, at least from what I can tell. Huh?
It seems.
It seems to me that Borjas is not a super. He's talking shit.
We're agreeing on all the fights. I gotta get some shit talk in somewhere.
I was saying this one's. It's crazy. It's crazy how much. It's crazy to me how much we talked about UFC London, and it ended up being just garbage. And this one, we're just like we're all agreeing, like. But the best cards are the ones we agree on. So yeah, I think. I mean, I will say that the Lazy Boy fight against Ode made me question some stuff because Ode almost fucking killed him in the first round. But I'm gonna go Lazy Boy by submission in the first or second round. Yeah, Lazy Boy. Ronaldo Rodriguez. You're muted, buddy. But yeah, Lazy Boy submission round 1 or 2. Squared. What about you, buddy?
I'm sorry. I walked away to grab a seltzer water because I'm cool like that.
Well, he meant to say gay, but
yeah,
nothing wrong with that. 2025. Hey, you do you, buddy. I support you.
Sorry, what fight were we on?
Lazy Boy versus Borjas. Ronaldo. Sorry, Ronaldo Rodriguez.
Yeah, the name I said first, and then Knuckles tried to correct me, even though I said it, even though that's what I said.
His name's Lazy Boy, but
well, his name is Ronaldo Rodriguez, and that's what I said. But that's okay. You know, I'm a man that doesn't hold grudges, even though when people try to correct me, even though they're wrong. So Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas is 9-3 total, 0-2 in the UFC. Right. Got finished once, decision once. Ronaldo Rodriguez, I believe, is 2-0 in the UFC.
Right. Yeah. Give me Ronaldo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lazy Boy supremacy, baby.
Told him all I needed to hear. Anyways, the next fight, we were muted because I'm going to absolutely butcher this guy's name. But hey, we're going to give it a shot because that's what we do here, and that's what I do here.
Just say Melky.
I'm going to say the whole thing.
Big old milk.
We've got C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez versus Melquizal Costa, whatever.
I think the first way you said it was right. I'm impressed. I think you said it right.
Melquizal?
I think that's it. Yeah, Melquizal or Melquizal.
Jay, call me John Anik. Melquizal Costa, 22-7 as a pro. Christian Rodriguez.
Yeah,
I got that one.
Yeah,
Christian Rodriguez is 12-2. Costa has beaten in the UFC. He lost to Steven Garcia. He beat Austin Lingo before that. He lost to Thiago Moises before that. That loss has aged very well. Got to say.
He was fighting at 155, which I
didn't. He beat Shaila Nerdenbecka. Got that one right. Fucking A. And then beat Andre Touchy Feely. That's a weird fucking nickname. Nobody ever talks about that. That's pretty weird.
I love it, dude. I love that nickname. I love it.
Touchy Feely,
but he doesn't touch. He sure doesn't touch very much to be called Touchy Feely. As much as I do love Andre Feely. Christian Rodriguez versus Melquizal.
Milkers.
No, I'm gonna call him Melquizal because that's his fucking name, Knuckles. Anyways, this one's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest because they both have really good wins in the UFC. Christian Rodriguez was the first guy to halt the Cameron Simon train, the Raul Rosas Jr. train. We also are considering this fight. We're talking about it. Hoping that he makes weight because he doesn't do that very often. He also lost to JS.
135, he doesn't make weight. At 145, he's good.
Right. You're true. You're telling the truth. He lost to Julian Erosa, which is not a good loss, in my opinion. So he's just a fucking, weird one.
Wait, you said Juicy J wasn't a good loss?
17-year-old.
I don't think Julian Erosa is that good of a loss these days. In 2024?
Juicy J is the Michael Johnson of featherweight, bro. He fucking beats everybody.
Went down to the wire with fucking Steven Peterson. It's one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. Don't get me wrong, but
I forgot he did lose that Juicy J fight. That doesn't make good.
That Caceres versus Erosa was in 20. That feels like
he lost to Fernando Padilla, and Fernando Padilla is not bad. Don't get me wrong, but that's not like a loss to hang your cap on. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird one. That kind of tears me. Like, I honestly do not know. It's almost 50-50 for me, but if I had to guess, I would say who's younger?
Probably. Oh, it's Christian. He's younger.
Yeah, he's only 27. That does give me hope for him. I mean, he's 12-2. His 2 losses are not great, don't get me wrong. Probably just give me him. I think we just see Melky, he just stumbles too often, I feel like is the word. He lost to Steve Garcia. That's not a great loss, but that's also the thing.
No, Steve Garcia is a fucking monster. Are you kidding me? That's a great loss. That's a really good loss.
Give me Melky. I think C-Rod stumbles too often. I know he's growing as a fighter. He's getting older. I'm sure he's progressing, but dude, I'm probably gonna go Melky, I guess. And I'm not confident at all. It's probably my least confident pick thus far. Knuckles, what's up? This is where you speak.
I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, I mean, you got to think about it. He's taken 4 O's. He's taken Isaac Bulgarian. He's taken Cameron Simon, which I don't believe he won the Bulgarian fight. But Raul Rosas Jr., Cameron Simon, Isaac Bulgarian, and Austin Bashi. I believe I would pick Bulgarian over Melky, but MMA math is MMA math. So it's like, Rodriguez is going to have to use his boxing in that fight because Melky's going to be too dangerous on the ground. And Melky scrambles like a motherfucker. We saw it against Thiago Moises, but Thiago Moises is also Thiago Moises. So it's like, but it seems like every fighter that he beats that is good on the ground, like Bulgarian, Rosas, Bashi, they're all grapplers. Yeah, give me a C-Rod. But again, like I don't know how the fuck you beat 3 elite grapplers, but then you lose to fucking Juicy J on the ground. How?
Same guy that went to a war with Steve Peterson. Let's keep that in mind.
I'll tell you how.
Give me Melky, because Melky's not like super elite on the ground, and he's also not undefeated. So give me Melky. Yeah, give me Melky.
Squared, what's up, bud?
So the problem for C-Rod here is that Melky is not a debutante who doesn't have voting rights in America because he is above the age of 18. So he's not going to win this fight, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of C-Rod just beating on children. It's sick. It's gross.
He doesn't fucking
get it off my fucking screen. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of the child abuse in the UFC. I'm sick of it, C-Rod. Your days are numbered. I'm so tired of it. And then last time he started, I think Pettis said some shit about like, oh, all the O's he's taken.
Squared is salty that Austin Bashi lost.
A little bit, but I was also like, I'm just sick of seeing this dude fight debutantes in his like fucking 10th.
He doesn't fucking match make his own fights.
That is really weird. That is really weird. Why the fuck do they just keep putting him against debutantes?
I don't know.
If somebody puts $12,000, maybe $24,000 in your lap, are you going to say no?
It's pathetic.
Didn't think so.
It's pathetic. It's a 7th UFC fight. He's not even trying to climb up. He's like, yeah, I'll fight this new guy. No, ask for somebody above you and start climbing that. Make that progression, asshole. Quit beating on children. All right. And like I said, your days are numbered, and I'll tell you how many days. However many days it is between today and Saturday. That's how many days.
I'll tell you how many days.
4? That's how many damn days you got.
Fuck.
You're going down this weekend.
That many.
The abuse will stop.
He's clearly
now he's just gonna beat on a guy with a skin condition, so he's beating on a cripple, like kind of a low like a guy like fucking.
Oh, we're for sure getting kicked off YouTube. This episode's the one. A cripple has fucking what is it called? Melanoma?
Melanoma's a fucking skin cancer, bro. No, he's got fucking what is it called?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. Yeah, this dude said
That's
melanoma.
what I said. That's what I said.
Squared clip just the last like 2 minutes. Just clip.
All right. Well, fucking A, boys. I think that's a
Holy
good
shit.
spot to
That's a
wrap
good.
it up.
That's good.
All right. Well,
Holy shit.
another super fun episode of Bench Burner Sports, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. We have a good time here, clearly. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on everything, Facebook. Squared will drop the handles in his outro.
I don't know why you even try.
I mean, I'm just
Sorry,
reminding them, dude. God.
that's my job.
Well, what is wrong with a double reminder?
Fucking our jobs.
Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in for another great episode of Bench Burner Sports. We do things here. We do stuff. Knuckles.
I just want to say, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this card this weekend. I'm pumped for it. Actually more excited for this one than London because I know there's actually going to be I know for a fact there's going to be good fights on this card. There's going to be good fights on this card. You got Mexicans fighting. There's going to
But
be good
on
fights.
paper, that's pretty insane to say out loud.
No, there's going to be good fights on this card. But
I'm sure that's still pretty insane.
I also want to remind everybody the worst fighter on the UFC roster is fighting this weekend in Jose Medina, which is going to be funny as fuck just to watch a fat dude.
Mickey Gall exists, by the way.
No, Max. Go back and watch any Jose Medina fight. He's got a fight in Contender Series and a fight in the UFC. He is the worst fighter on the roster. He is so bad, and he got a contract off of a loss. So yeah, shout out Jose Medina. Can't wait to see you just look like dog shit out there and still somehow probably get another fight in the UFC. So let's see that. But outside of that, I just wanted to shout that out because I just think it's hilarious.
Anyways, all these fighters, we're talking shit. We would love for you to come on our podcast.
Not him. No. He doesn't speak English anyways. So, yeah. I'm super excited. Yeah, guys. Hope you guys have a good time. Buenas noches. Adios, amigos. Love you guys. Squared, what do you got to say, man?
I got to say, C-Rod, this message goes to you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm done with that. I actually don't dislike C-Rod. I just wanted to grill on him for half of his shit being made up of children. Well, that sounded, yeah. Keep on talking. Just going to keep on talking now. Follow us on X/Twitter at bench_burner. Follow us everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, all the things at Bench Burner Sports. Don't forget our question that we started the pod off with was who is the best MMA fighter that is Mexican or of Mexican descent? Go ahead and drop your answers in the comment sections. We'd like to see them. And yeah, appreciate y'all.
And we're really good people, we promise.
Yeah.
We're just, Anyways, yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Another episode in the books.
Adios.
Woo!